By now, it's common knowledge that the former SmackDown Live General Manager Daniel Bryan's contract expires on the 1st September 2018. We're now in July, and still we have no confirmation of whether an agreement has been reached on either Bryan renewing his current contract or signing another deal with WWE. Whilst there is still time to reach an agreement, it's fair to assume that WWE aren't so confident that he may stay on with the company. You'll have noticed recently, the matches he's had since his return with certain wrestlers could easily headline WWE pay-per-views, but they've been given away frivolously on SmackDown Live tapings, as his current run has been described more as a farewell tour. He's also spoken very harshly of WWE's creative team, questioning whether they can handle a long-term feud between him and The Miz, leading up to WrestleMania 35. In an interview with Gorilla Position, he commented, "I am definitely up for it. My question, you asked me that question. I will answer it with a question. Do you trust WWE with telling that story from now until WrestleMania 35? Like, what in the last several years has shown you that something like that is possible here?" Recent rumours have also suggested that his feud with The Miz could happen a lot sooner, and that WWE wants to capitalise on a quick feud rather than nothing at all if he leaves. Sources have also indicated that Bryan will be putting over The Miz at SummerSlam, where the two are rumoured to have a match. Whilst all signs seem to point to WWE squeezing out all they can before his contract comes to an end, he has been in talks with WWE in the past about taking on a much lighter schedule, but WWE may have had other ideas. In the recent interview with Gorilla Position, Bryan told on how he asked for a lighter schedule. "I've been talking to WWE about maybe doing a lighter schedule, because when we first started talking about this, when Vince McMahon told me to send a letter to Dr. Maroon, he said for me to say, for a limited schedule, like revised concussion protocol for a limited schedule. So then they clear me, and I'm just on everything. I was just like, I wasn't expecting this. Anywhere between 50 and 100 matches a year, to me is ideal, because one of the doctors that cleared me at Barrow Neurological Institute, Dr. Javier Cardenas, talked to me. So I was thinking, oh, I'll do 75 to 100 matches a year or whatever it is. And now it looks to be way more than that. So if I were to change something, it'd be like I'd kind of like to do less. Be away from home less. Like, for me, it's not about wrestling less. It's like I don't want to be away from my home this much. The idea of being away from home for so long and being on the road for hundreds of days a year is likely to prevent Bryan from signing another deal." He further commented on how he's had a lot of time away from his 1-year-old daughter, Birdie. "Actually, the biggest thing is that I don't want to be on the road as much. Like, that's one of the big things. Yeah, she's a year old. I missed her first birthday. She said Dada for the first time, which I saw on FaceTime, but I've still not seen it like in person yet. You don't realize how long you're away until you're away, because I've never had to think about it before." Whilst WWE may eventually find a way to keep Bryan on, as it's clear that he only wants a lighter schedule much like The Undertaker's current schedule, if he doesn't renew, then he's able to wrestle on the independent circuit, and since they don't involve long-term deals, he's able to spend enough time with his family and continue wrestling, which seems like the perfect schedule in his eyes. What do you guys think? Do you think Bryan will stay on for a few more years in the WWE? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.